Let's say I want to see the total sales only for the product laptop. I'll give this formula. I'll say enter. It gives me the result. In this video, I will show you how to add numbers based on a condition. And we use the SUMIF function for that. SUMIF is basically sum plus if function combined. It adds numbers, but only if a condition is true. The basic syntax of SUMIF function is this. You give the range, then the criteria, and then the sum range. Range is where the condition is checked, the column in which the condition is checked. Criteria is what to match, and the sum range are the numbers to add. Let's see a few examples. So let's find the total sales only for the product laptop. So you give the SUMIF function is equal to SUMIF. You select the range in which the criteria is located. So I'll select the data in the product column. Then I'll give the criteria, which is laptop here. Laptop is text, so it needs to be in quotes. In the third parameter, we'll give the sum range. So we want to add sales. So give this range, the range of data in the sales column. Hit enter. It shows 6,400. So laptop appears here and here. 4,000 plus 2,400. So the total is correct. Next, instead of hard coding laptop, I'll write laptop in another cell and I'll reference that cell in the formula. So here, so SUMIF, the first parameter is the range. So I'll give the range. Second parameter is the criteria. So instead of hard coding, I'll pick it from the cell, this cell. The third parameter is the sales range. Enter. It gives the same result. In this case, I picked up the criteria from another cell. So I use cell reference. And when you use cell reference, there is no need to give quotes. No quotes are needed when you are using cell reference. One more example. Here we will sum up the sales that are greater than 10,000. So basically from the sales column, add up sales which are greater than 10,000. Now in this case, you see in this case I am not giving the third parameter. This is because the column in which we are looking for the criteria and the column in which we have to do the sum is the same. In the first parameter, I'll give the range in which the criteria is located. So in this case, it is this sales column. Next, I'll give the criteria which is greater than 10,000. I'll say enter. It returns 12,000. So here, only this one has greater than 12,000. In this case, the criteria has the operator greater than. When you are giving the criteria using an operator, you need to place them in quotes. Operators must be inside quotes. In the next example, I'll place the 10,000 in a separate cell. I'll do the same thing, sum of sales greater than 10,000, but in this case, I'll select the sales, then I'll say greater than, and then I will concatenate. This ampersand sign is the concatenate sign. So I'll say the greater than operator and this cell which has 10,000. So in the criteria, I am concatenating the greater than operator and the cell which has 10,000. So it gives the same result, 12,000. So this is how you use SUMIF function in Excel. Now here are some common mistakes that most beginners do when using the SUMIF function. When using the SUMIF function, make sure the ranges, the range in which the criteria is located and the range in which you want to sum, they are of the same size. If they are of different lengths, your result won't be correct. So do check that. Next, you must not forget quotes for text. So if you are searching for laptop, make sure it is in quotes, else it will return the wrong value. I'll go back and give the quotes. Now it works properly. So make sure you give quotes for text. Similarly, when you are giving the operator, when you are writing something like greater than, equal to, less than, then a number, you must give it in quotes. Else it will give a error. So use quotes for operators. There's also the SUMIFS function in Excel. So if you need to check multiple conditions, if you want to sum based on multiple conditions, you will need SUMIFS. I've covered that in a separate video. So that's all in this video. Subscribe for more such tutorials.